another Chinese food adventure. I am in Xiamen. It's a city by the sea. Today I'm eating something I wanted to try for a really long time, and it's actually this thing here. It is tusun dong.
Tusun dong can be roughly translated as bamboo shoot jelly, but you won't be finding any bamboo in this, and that's because this here is made entirely from sandworms.
This is sandworm jelly, and I'm very curious about it. People in Xiamen here absolutely love it.
非常好吃。
非常好吃. It looks to be a sandworm suspended in jelly. Now, whether that jelly is something that's added to it or whether that jelly comes from the sandworm itself is a question I don't have the answer to, but I soon will because I'm about to visit a factory that makes this tusun dong here in Xiamen. I'm really excited. I feel like I'm about to take a trip to Disneyland.
This visit required me to take a taxi about an hour from Xiamen city centre to the more industrial part of the city, where this tusun dong factory is located. And here is the critter in question, the humble sandworm. You can find them buried in the sand along the coastline of Fujian province. The first step in making tusun dong is removing the worm's insides. This step is done entirely by hand, with each and every worm popped open to remove the intestines and organs inside.
And then it comes over here, the sandworm is emptied and it's just the outside.
Once the insides have been removed, it's time for a very thorough cleaning. The emptied worms are put through several rounds of deep cleaning in this machine here, where all the remaining insides, dirt, and mud are stripped clean from the worm. You can see how quickly that water muddies. They'll keep doing this process until the water comes out clean. Once the worms are clean, they're brought into this room where they will be boiled. It's during this boiling process that the abundant collagen in this sandworm is released, and it acts like a gelatin.
经过熬制以后煮完，它自然结成冻。
At some point, the worms are separated from the boiling collagen-y water, the water is put into molds, and finally the worms are re-added to the mix, and this is to ensure there's a fair distribution of worms per jelly. The jellies are then taken into this cold storage room to set.
It's absolutely fascinating. This is all natural. There's nothing added to make this jelly. It all comes from the worm itself. Who would have thought? 为什么厦门人这么爱吃这个东西呢？好吃吗？
它好吃还富含胶原蛋白。
你觉得好吃吗？
我本来是外地人，但是我第一次来厦门的时候不敢尝试，但后面的时候主要是因为听说它对女生比较好，就胶原蛋白比较多嘛，吃了特别对我们女孩子来说可以美容养颜，所以就大胆的尝试，其实挺好吃的，挺 Q 弹的。
So now I've seen how it's made, I think it's time I try it for myself. Here in Xiamen, you'll usually see tusun dong served with lots of sauces and toppings, but for my first bite, I'm not going to add a thing.
So I am going to try for my first time this tusun dong. I'm really curious, and the first bite I'm going to have is just with no sauce added. I want to try the original flavor, the essence of this. I have to say I am a little nervous. Okay, bottoms up. Let's go. I like the texture. It's jelly with a little bit of crunch inside from the sandworm. It's good. It reminds me of chicken. It's very collagen-y. It's very jelly-like. I don't hate that at all. And I didn't have it with any sauce. It's just the original flavor, slightly salty, slightly chickeny. I want to say umami. 有点鲜。是吗？
Okay, time to head back to Xiamen city centre and see how locals like to eat this tusun dong.
So now I've tried the original flavor of this tusun dong. Now I'm keen to try it with a little bit of flavor. So I am here at a famous local seafood market. I thought it would be a good place to find this tusun dong. I guess it kind of makes sense in my head. And we're going to try it with some dipping sauce, or how it's usually served here in Xiamen.
It wasn't long until we came across the stand for it. My spidey senses did me good on this one. For 15 renminbi, I got 5 pieces of jelly, which was then topped with pickled radish, coriander, chili, and this juice, which is a mix of soy sauce, vinegar, and garlic.
这些它那个原本的土笋冻的那些胶质，配上这些料，吃起来口感非常好。
所以这个会更好吃一点吗？
对对对，你试一下，尝试一下。
好的，谢谢。Okay, so I have my tusun dong here. Looks very appealing with all that sauce. I think this is going to taste real good. So we've got a little bit of everything here. We've got lots of pieces of this tusun dong. Looks kind of similar as what we had at the factory, but this one has pickles in it. It has some coriander. It has chili. It has soy sauce and that garlic. So I'm excited to try it with all of those sauces together. Get a bit of pickle on there. Okay, let's try. Oh, so refreshing. Like it was okay on its own. It was definitely edible, not offensive tasting at all. But this tasted to the next level. That flavor, so much flavor in there with all the garlic and the pickles and the coriander and the chili in my mouth is like vibrating with flavor right now. And I think this tusun dong, it has a really nice texture. So it's like a nice canvas for whatever flavor you put with it, kind of like a tofu, but it has its own saltiness and umami that does add to the dish. I really like this. I'm surprised by it. It's very refreshing, and if you're in Salmon, give it a go.
But don't click away just yet because today's food adventure is far from over. While I've got you here, how about you give this video a like or follow me if you haven't already.
这是什么？椰子，椰子，好喝，可以加料的。
这个是当地特色吗？
啊，可以加椰果汤、爱玉豆、烧仙草。
这个是不是死果汤？
不是，比四果汤好喝。
It's even better than 四果汤, she says.
So in case you missed last week's video, I tried this amazing dessert here in Xiamen called 四果汤. It's all these jellies and dried and fresh fruits topped with passion fruit, or as I opted for, coconut milk. It was amazing. And this lady claims that this here is better than 四果汤. Safe to say, I'm intrigued.
这个叫什么名字呢？
这叫椰果冻。
It looks to be coconut related. It's got jelly in there. So I think it's going to be kind of like the 四果汤 I had yesterday. I'm a fan of anything with jelly in it, so
要加点冰块吗？
好
3块。
3块 Oh, 10块 Okay. I thought you said 3.
2块你敢吃吗？
Okay, this is unexpected. I just saw this and it appealed to me. It is called
学生啊，
现在不是，已经
大学毕业了，
毕业了
几岁了？
快30。
快30。还可以吗？
非常可以。
嫁中国就好了。
It's really good. It's got all these things at the bottom and it's very refreshing. To tell you the truth, it is the perfect partner for this because this is very garlicky and that garlickiness can come sometimes like really overwhelm the palate. So this is like refreshing. 谢谢，好喝。
Ah, behold, a wild blondie in her natural habitat, on the hunt for her next snack.
Okay, I've got my hands full literally, but there's one more thing that I really want to try here at this market that I've seen online. It's called mazi, and it's a salmon specialty, I believe, and it's like this kind of mochi ball with peanuts. So let's go get it. 你好，来一份那个麻糍。麻糍。这个麻糍是厦门的特色吗？
There looks to be two varieties of it, the original ball-shaped one and another one that incorporates youtiao. Of course, I decided to get both. First, she made the one with the youtiao. She sprinkled some of this peanut sugar mix on top, and then she got some glutinous rice, which she then used to cover the youtiao. It kind of reminded me of putting on a fitted sheet. Anyway, next, more sugary peanut crumble is added, then some crushed black sesame, a little bit more peanut and sugar crumble, and then it's cut up into slices for ease of eating. Oh my gosh, how incredible does this look?
Okay, so this is to take, and this is to try now. 谢谢。哇。This is very interesting. It is glutinous rice put on top of a youtiao with sesame, with sugar, with peanut. I'm very excited to try the textural sensation that I'm sure this is going to be. Oh my god! It's freaking amazing. It's a little bit salty and like oily from that youtiao, and it goes so well with the sweetness of that glutinous rice and that peanut. They've also got a version that doesn't include the youtiao.
And we're gonna try it now.
This is the classic version with black sesame. Look at that. It's really good because it's soft in the middle, and then on the outside it's really like crunchy from the sugar and from the black sesame. Also a textural sensation. Also really good. Oh my gosh, I've eaten like a queen here at this market. I came expecting only to get this, the tusun dong, but I've walked away with a coconut drink and also some amazing glutinous rice with youtiao. Oh my gosh, amazing. This place here is called 巴士海鲜市场. So if you're in Xiamen, you want to try some seafood, please come here. It's got so much amazing fresh seafood on offer. And yeah, I wish I had a few more days in Xiamen to appreciate more seafood, but we've had some local specialties today and I'm very, very happy. So until next time, goodbye from Xiamen.